So something slightly different today. We're about 2 months out, or just over 2 months out from Preseli. So I'm starting to change the training up a little bit. I'm trying to get a little bit more training specific. Probably should have done it before now, but injuries and stuff. So this morning I'm going out to simulate like the first half of Preseli. So I'm going to take Murph out for, I don't know, 7 or 8 miles, something like that, which is fair enough on him. And then come back, drop him off, grab the poles, and then go and run up and down the hills at the side of the cliffs for 2 sets really. There are 2 big hills I call the crux of the first half of Preseli. One to get up above Newport, which is about 1,000 feet. Takes about half hour or so, maybe a bit less. And then there's the second one. As you come out of Newport in Pembrokeshire, you go straight up Carningley, which is again over 1,000 feet, about 1,100 feet. It takes about half an hour, but they're both really steep. So that's what I want to practice with the poles, is making sure I can get up those with the poles, get the practice in, get the legs used to the poles, going up hills. The thing about Preseli is it's nothing flat. In 32 miles, it's probably less than a mile of flat, I would say, for the whole thing. So you're basically going, I've worked out there are 6 or 7 main climbs throughout the Ultra, which take about 2.5 hours. And that's of steep climbing, what I consider steep climbing. The rest is up and down. So really, if you're taking 7 or 8 hours, you're going to be 3.5 hours to 4 hours of climbing, probably, and more, because you take obviously quicker on the downhills. So that's the idea today. So we're going to go out and we'll see how it goes. I'll probably film while I'm out there. 3 miles in. Nice easy pace in zone 2. Just reached the wood before Atlantic College. So Murph's off the lead again, so he's happy. So yeah, a little bit of a niggle on the knee, and that's about it. But yeah, it's just a lovely day to have a run. So we're going to find somewhere quiet to spot by the second and actually get rid of some layers. So like you've got the backpack really. But yeah, overall, really enjoying it so far. Of course, the hard work is to come later, but teaching myself not to blow up really, I think, is the thing. But it's so much nicer for him. Just to go at an easy pace. He gets to sniff around and enjoy himself. See Atlantic College here in the background of the castle. Don't get too close because I have to take my tights off. One happy pup. There we go. So second forest of the day. This one's quite goes through and stuff. So at least I'll get the water bottles out for Murph now. But we're 6 miles in here. Just take it nice and easy really. Knee's still giving me a little bit of jip, I'm not gonna lie. Not too bad, it's not getting worse. I want to say that. Managing to keep the heart rate pretty low. Walking things like this. But it's a lovely day, especially inland. Cold on the coastline. But what we'll do now is we'll just loop around for a few more miles. Pop up to Wick probably. Then take him home to leave him. Rest for a while. I don't like to push him like over 10 miles sort of thing. It's not really fair on him. Plus he'll start the old limping again. He gets sore these days. He's 5.5. So yeah. But it feels like spring a bit. So, all in all, beautiful day. Going well. If it wasn't for anything, it would be 100%. I'll give it 99. There he is. We're well, 8.5 in, so we're just going to drop Murph off now because he's pretty much not fair to push him anymore. It's been a lovely morning, it's just clouded over, so I'm going to drop Murph off and then we're going to I'm going to go back out, do some hill work, practice with the poles, try and simulate a couple of the big hills in Preseli. Come on, dude. He's not actually lagging as badly as he looks. He looks like he's like at it, but really he walks this road so many times he gets really bored, so he just can't be arsed, and he knows he's going home. You know you're going home, you slow down, don't you? If you saw a bloody squirrel now, he'd go mental. So yeah, so far so good. Knee's actually cleared up. Got to remember, I've got to keep that in my head. Things don't always stay bad. It's probably because I knocked it on a stile, but half a mile in. I thought, it'll be alright. It's probably just knocked it out for a bit, so this just feels absolutely fine now. So anyway, that's me rambling on for a while. To the poles. I give myself a little bit of a video diary reminder. I sort my foot out of how I'm doing here. So just dropping Murph off just over 8.5 miles. Feeling absolutely fine now. I've stopped for like a couple of minutes in the house just to sort my kit out, pick up the poles. Yeah, and I feel great. So that's really good news. In fact, I'm feeling so great, I just made myself a cup of coffee, which I'm going to actually run down to the beach with. We'll get that in an old trip, but fuck it. Poles. So yeah, I had a bad knee for most of that. Probably not helped by smacking it on a stile about half a mile out. It wasn't the brightest thing I've ever done. Though I have had knee needle recently, it still was worrying. It seems to have cleared up on its own, and I've got to remember that things clear up during ultras. It's just the way it is. I've just got to remember that. Stop panicking. As we were doing like 4 mile an hour pace, which doesn't seem quick, but when you think about it, I've got a dog with me who's like fairly slow, so he wants to sniff everything. You have to make little stops for food and stuff. So yeah, overall I'm actually really fucking pleased with it. Really pleased. So get out now and let's see how we get on with these hills and the poles. And I've just been filming myself upside down, haven't I? Yeah, so this might be a little bit tricky to film because I'm using poles, but I'm on my final rep here. So basically what I've been doing is climbing up this hill, practicing with the poles. Probably very motion sickness inducing the way I'm doing this, but soon I can hold the camera because I'm locked into the pole. So basically, yeah, climbing up here, which is, I'm gonna say, a lot easier with poles. Can't lie, it's been a lot easier. I've done this before without poles, and it really hurts the legs. Well, I'm walking this time. But when you get to the top here, you get a kind of cool view down to Nash Point, which is one of my favourite places to run. When you're out on the beach, you see the people down there. So yeah, so I've been climbing up here and running back down and climbing up the other side. Joy of joys. So yeah, this is 6 of 6, and this one is basically one set of the 2 hills, like a bowl. So we have half a rep to go. And remarkably, everything feels good. Some primroses. Should have got the camera out earlier because there was a kestrel up hunting, which was amazing. So yeah, I've always found the poles quite handy on the descents. You're going to bounce around a bit here. This is really hurting my wrist actually, almost like this. So yeah, across the street. Should have brought my chest thing. Think of that next time. Oh, I'm kicking my pole. I'm snapping it out. So yeah, up here. Yeah, you can't really run with poles and hold a camera in your hand. Just making this last rep all the harder to give choice. So yeah, through the broken gate. A bit of flat. It does actually simulate Preseli quite well. 6 of these basically. Okay, they're not steeper, but probably the same length. Probably a bit longer duration than the first steep climb in Preseli. I call it the first steep climb, it's not. It's about 8-10 miles in. I call it the bluebell climb because there are bluebells at the start of it. Beautiful climb, it's got some really big steep bits. So, yeah, I'm finding poles really helpful going up these. Except, the other one's a lot easier with poles. This one I found very narrow and very rocky, so it's hard to find somewhere to put the poles in there. They'll come with practice. But yeah, just keep working. I don't know what my watch thinks is going on. Let's have a look. Oh, actually, yeah, a bit. Now thinks I'm doing way into zone whatever it is, 4 probably, because I'm 150 beats a minute. I'm not surprised at, but I am pushing. I've also got, when I got here, when I started, I was on 10 miles, and I've discovered that exactly 5 of these bowls is 2 miles. So I'm 12 miles into a run, really. And my legs feel fucking great. You know, pulled up that with one hand. So yeah, another nice view of the Bristol Channel from here. See the other side. Over there you can't see him today because of the clouds. Would be Little and Great Hangman. That's where I was running last year. So yeah, it's a beautiful place to train. And I gotta count myself lucky. You know, I moan that there ain't that many hills around here to practice on. There are, you just gotta think. The biggest problem is, like I had to do this morning, is take Murph out first, because I can't trust him on the cliffs. He'd be straight over, see how close I'm running to the edge there. Well, it's not close to me, but it's close for a small dog that'll chase a seagull off, which he inevitably will, because he's an idiot. So there we go, that's my last up. Might as well join me for the down. Conditions are dry today, which is bloody perfect for this, because the surface is wet. It's horrible, it's just slippery. Yeah, not feeling anything in the quads. Knees slightly gimpy. And the pain in the foot's sort of there, but not really. I know it's there. Probably warning me to take an off day tomorrow. That's something I'm going to have to work out is, obviously I'm training people now to do this half marathon. And they're sort of relying on me to be out. So I can't afford to get injured. Because I have to do some road running with these people. So back up to the starting point, saddle up and head over to Marcross. We'll do it all over again on a steeper hill, because that's one hill of Preseli done, which was what, yeah, I'd say it's probably about 2.5 miles nearly. I don't know how long I've been going at it actually. so no, that's not that. I don't know. Returning to myself. Happy as a sandboy, yeah. And this is my dog. So what I'll do is see if I finish, go home, just take him back straight out. He'll be happy then. It's not fair to try and make him do quite such large distances as this. So this is the next hill. Yeah, that's looking level. So yeah, it's probably, I don't know, maybe 50, 60 degrees, I don't know. So I can't actually pole my way up there and carry the camera, so we're going to have to try and sort something out. Yeah, you can probably see. Maybe. Anyway, yeah, 12 of these. Done 3. Whoopee shit. Not gonna lie, poles make the sending so much easier as well. Jesus, starting to struggle now though. Only another 8. Stop when I'm done, not when I'm tired. Well, it's nice and peaceful out in the fields. Thought I'd just have a little reminder about my poles, because I've used them really for the first time in anger today. Practice with them on some steep stuff. Gotta admit, I'm loving them. They really do take the pressure off your legs a bit, off your joints maybe, the old Lekis. Yeah, I've always been a bit sceptical, so I was, oh, what can I do for you? Don't get in your way. But yeah, like I say, they do take the pressure off. I think they're going to be invaluable in the later miles, even just hiking. I'm finding it easier with them. That's why I've still got them out now. And all I'm doing is coming back from the beach. So yeah, I'll definitely be using Preseli. As for these particular poles, these Lekis, I'm loving them. With the little hand grips that go into the Trail Shark system, yeah. It's so light. Not having any troubles. I went for exactly the right height as it turns out. I thought they might be a little bit short. I went for 120s. Thought they might be a bit short, and I was just playing around with them, just walking. But yeah, no, they're perfect height. Any longer, and I'd have been struggling going up hills. So yeah, I mean, to be honest, the difference between these and the Harriers I got, the Harrier, whatever they were, Helveling, Carbon, something Z, it isn't like night and day. They're lighter. They just sturdier, because I can put weight on these. I'm propelling myself along almost, and yeah, it's with the Harriers. I don't like the clip-in system at the top. It just doesn't feel like, because they're height adjustable, which is great. You feel like you can't put your full weight on them at all, because you'll actually push the clip down. Might show in another video when I use them. I mean, don't get me wrong, perfectly good poles. But probably not for Preseli, for anything we really, I mean, I think I'd have been struggling with those today to put as much weight on as I did going up the hill. And the weight difference is just a bit clumsier, a bit bigger, a bit clumsier. But the other thing to remember is these are like 3 times the price. So, it's an unfair comparison. It's really unfair. But I had the money, so I went for these as well. The other one, perfectly good trekking poles. I will use them still. Look, it's that time of year again, kids. Lion season. So yeah, that's my thought on the poles. So glad I'm going with poles this year in Preseli.